Hey guys, it's me Locked. I'm here today with a brand new video, and today we're going to be discussing the one and only topic, the Phantom program. More specifically, what's going to be happening in Final Stand. Now, a lot of you are here because of Easter eggs and because of the Phantom program, so I feel as though it's important to make this video and give you a good idea of what I personally believe is going to be coming up in the next Phantom installment in Final Stand, and what specifically we're going to get out of it. What will we gain, such as camos, weapons, and other interesting things that I believe will give Battlefield 4 a good send-off as we head on into Hardline. So to start off with, we're going to talk about the assignments for the final installment, and of course we have literally no idea what it's going to be about, but I'm going to assume, as normal with every Phantom program that we've done so far, it's going to be something which is very difficult to do and will last quite a while to achieve. But what specifically will we gain out of that? Now, I think it's going to be something consistent with using some of the electromagnetic weapons, using some of the launch pods, and doing lots of really cool and weird stuff just to make the game a bit more diverse. But what is it specifically that we're going to actually get out of it? And I personally believe it's going to be something really cool. Now, the camos in the game so far have been relatively stagnant. Some people have been interested, some people really haven't. We've had some good ones, we've had some bad ones. Now, because this is the prequel to 2142, I'm actually predicting a Morphing camo. Now, what do you think that is? Well, I'm going to assume, as a rough guess, it's a camo that you can take into any map, and this camo will adjust to the environment around it, almost like an adaptive camo, except the adaptive camo works regardless of what map you're in and changes colour as you're progressively playing, kind of like a Crisis 3 nanosuit kind of thing, where the camouflage of the suit would change depending on the environment that you're in. I feel as though this would be something really cool, and because this is of course the 2142 prequel, it's going to be something which is very advanced and very technological, which is kind of the theme they're putting forward for this final DLC. So a morphing camo, to me, sounds like an incredible idea, and they already have the utilities to do it. They take the adaptive camo and make it sort of a running script, which would change depending on the environments that you're in. Now, I think that's a possibility, and it wouldn't surprise me to see something like that happen. Now, next up is the potential Phantom weapon. Now, do I personally believe this is going to happen? Maybe. I would say yes if I was the kind of guy that just went, yeah, they're definitely going to do that. But to be honest with you, I feel as though it's a potential. I don't know if it's quite there yet. Because one of the things that has actually been underlooked about Final Stand is the actual weapons that we're going to be receiving as the baseline DLC. We normally get about 4 or 5 per DLC. So I think we're going to get some very interesting weapons in that alone. So for a Phantom weapon to happen, for me, would have to be a big fan favourite. And because there's lots of fan favourite weapons across pretty much every Battlefield game, it's going to be hard to narrow it down to just a single weapon. Maybe we see like a futuristic M16A3 or something come back. But we're going to just have to wait and see for that. I personally believe there's potential for it to happen. And because they're going to kind of want to give this game a great send-off, they're going to give us a cool camo, potentially a cool Phantom weapon. That really wouldn't surprise me. Now, in the actual Phantom program itself, what are we going to have to do and what are we going to have to unscramble? Now, in this Phantom program, it wouldn't surprise me to see a return of the likes of Kevin Simpson, or something similar to the Kevin Simpson page, is that sort of final blast of excitement that we could get out of the Phantom program. The last one was incredibly difficult, and I feel as though some of the developers kind of learned that from the feedback that they were seeing on Reddit. People weren't actually enjoying the Phantom program in the end. It was just kind of more of a task than an actual, you know, something for us to work towards together as a community. It was just more of a hassle rather than actually enjoyable. So I feel as though they're going to go back to the basics and probably do like a Kevin Simpson 2142. That really probably wouldn't surprise me if something like that happened. But I think it's going to be very consistent with futuristic weapons and the actual future setting itself. I feel as though we're going to have to delve into some of the 2142 aspects of the older games to get a good idea as to what we're meant to be looking for. Maybe they're going to utilize something in 2142 for us to make use of in the final program. Now, of course, that's all just speculation, so, you know, a lot of you guys aren't really about the speculative life, but I'm going to assume that's what's going to happen because it just seems very likely, and it seems like they're going to want to give this game some good PR, some good media outlet towards the end of its life cycle. And speaking of good media outlet, this is the final thing that I feel as though is going to happen in the Kevin Simpson 2142 page or something similar that they're going to run along the lines of that, I feel as though they're going to be giving us massive hints to where the EEs are in Battlefield. They're going to be giving us a ton of sort of hints towards where the remaining ones are in Naval Strike, Dragon's Teeth, all the ones that we haven't found. And from what I understand, there probably still are at least 1 or 2 really big Easter eggs left in the game from the digging that I've been doing. And essentially I feel as though there is a real big prospect, because they're going to want to get the most out of the game's life cycle, because it's coming to the end of its life cycle, and they want to get it into the news like games media, like IGN, for a very good reason at its last sort of gasp. Now, bearing in mind Battlefield's had a bad past with the game's media, it would be cool if they gave us something like, I don't know, a Kraken to find in Naval Strike, or a nuclear bomb, which I've been searching for a very long time now, or even aliens, which the assumption is at the moment exists in propaganda. However, there is no solid proof of that as of yet. So it looks like they're probably going to be dropping us some huge hints as to the whereabouts of where these remaining Easter eggs are. It is to my understanding as well that there is some kind of message from Die Stockholm in Naval Strike. I don't know what that is just yet. I've been doing a lot of digging on this, but my assumption is that there is actually somewhere along the lines in one of the maps a big thank you message from Die Stockholm. It's just something I've been working on for a little while now. I've been digging really deep to find it. Hopefully we see some huge hints as to where these things are, so Battlefield can shove its way into the front lines of every games news media outlet for being a really cool game that has like a flying Kraken or a T-Rex which is throwing a nuclear bomb at someone. That would be really awesome. Just something like that to give us a good bit of a spark towards the end of the game's community. And of course, so finally, it wouldn't be the Phantom program without leaving us some cliffhangers to look into ourselves. I feel as though the Phantom program is actually going to give us some hints towards the 4th floor and the 4th floor dog tag, or something along the lines of that. I feel as though it's going to leave like a massive hint that it could potentially be returning in Hardline, or there will be something even more sort of elusive going on in the next game. I feel as though the Phantom program is definitely not going to end here, and the reason is because how well it does for the community. It really gets the community going. Reddit's getting maximum traffic, YouTube's getting maximum traffic when these things are going down. I mean, you only have to look at some of my Easter egg videos to see the shit gets really real when this stuff starts to happen. So it wouldn't surprise me to see something like a Battlefield Hardline Phantom program or 4th floor program happen. Anyway guys, it's been me, Lachlan. I hope you're interested in this video. I'm going to give you some updates as to where I am with Easter eggs in the near future, and hopefully this new program, which probably will come out in the next few months, will give us a good idea as to where to look for and where to sort of have a go at Battlefield for the last little gasp that it has in its life cycle, and the last goodbye that we can give to Battlefield 4 as we progress on to Battlefield Hardline. So, like I said, it's been me, Lachlan. Plenty more videos coming soon, especially EGX at the end of September, where I'm hoping to meet up with a shit ton of other Battlefield YouTubers, which is going to be great fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's been me, Lachlan, and I will see you again in another Battlefield video.